Hey guys, today I'm going to do a training on sellit.social. So that's the web address that you type in sellit.social to get here. You'll need to create an account and it logs you in through Facebook. It's really easy, but once you're all logged in, you'll get this home screen. So the first thing you'll do is you'll go to My Groups. So every group that you are an admin in will appear here. So you'll want to pick the group that you did a sale in. We just did one in LuLaRoe Market, so that's the one that I'm going to select. So this number 2 makes a big difference if you're doing a multi-consultant sale, or let's say you have an additional Facebook account that you post from, perhaps your spouse or just an alias. Because if someone else posted your pictures, then you're not going to be able to use this first option. You'll have to use the find items posted by everyone. But if you're not in a multi-consultant sale, that shouldn't really matter. This LuLaRoe Market was a multi-consultant sale with all the consultants on our team participating. So if I find items posted by everyone in the group, it'll show what everyone sold or comments on all the items. That may be useful for some things, but right now I need to look and see if there are questions that I need to answer, and I need to invoice my sales. So I'll want to select only find items posted by you. All right, so this number 3, you can find sold items, meaning they put the comment sold somewhere in the comments, or you can find all comments. Usually the first time I run a report, I do find all comments. You can't save them, but it's very useful to find questions about colors or sizing that you may have missed in your notifications. So I usually do that first, and then you just hit run report. But after I answer questions and those things, I'll want to come back and run a report that says find sold items. So when you find sold items, there are more selections. So this number 4 is finding it in the albums or the feed. If you have a really slow internet, you may want to try using the feed. I never really have problems doing the albums, so that's always what I select. Even in this sale where we have 111 albums, it really doesn't take that long. And then number 5, almost everyone uses the comment sold to claim an item, but you could always come back if you have a lot of people who don't really get it, or maybe they're used to other groups where they can type in mine or interested or any other word. You could change that to something else, but most people use sold. So then I'll want to run the report. And after you run a report, it'll show up in your My Reports tab, and it will stay there for 24 hours. So these are reports that I've run that are staying here for the 24 hours. And if you did only sold comments and not all comments, you'll have the option to save it for longer than 24 hours. The saved reports will show up down here, and they'll be saved for 30 days. So that's plenty of time to get everything invoiced and shipped. And even, if people want to return things, it's usually, you'll still have this to come back to. So since this is a multi-consultant sale with 111 albums, it does take a couple minutes. So I'll pull up this last report that I did while that's loading. This one was a report for every consultant. It wasn't just my items, it was everyone's. So in this sale, so far we've sold 120 items as a group. And you can look at the breakdown too and see it's actually probably more than 120 items because some of those were outfits. But the ones that have pricing, it will total up the total. It'll multiply and add everything up. So the outfits won't be included in here because those are different prices, but as a group so far we've sold over $4,000 worth. So that's pretty good. And the sale's not even over. But I could go and look and it'll show all the comments for every piece. And if there's something like someone has a question here, if it was my item or if I knew the answer, I could click on it and it'll take me right to the dress or maxi skirt here so that I could answer this. And that makes it really easy when people have questions on colors or things. You just click on it and go answer them. And let's go back and find the report that I ran just now. So this report I did for only my items. And so far I've sold 19 items. So I can look at my sold count and see the breakdown of what's sold and the total amount. As long as the prices are on the albums, this total will be correct. So when you do the sold comments and not all comments, you have the option to save the report. And once you save the report, it'll alphabetize everything and give you drop-down options that you can save notes for every item. So I've already done that, but if you haven't done that, you'll hit the Save Report button, and then it'll show up in the bottom of My Reports. So then you'll look here and hit Track Orders. And now you have the drop-down box where you can mark it as invoiced, paid, shipped, local pickup, hostess reward, or passed. And then you have notes where you can write anything you want. If I have duplicates and more than one sold, I'll write a note here saying, you know, this person invoiced and this person invoiced. Often if somebody bought more than one item from me, I'll make a note in the box just to make sure that I'm not going too fast while I'm shipping things out and miss an item and things like that. You can also remove items, but I want to caution you that if you remove an item, it refreshes the whole page. So let's say I went through and I invoiced all of these, and then someone, maybe they passed, or maybe they just said something like, I can't believe this hasn't sold, and it, you know, shows up even though they didn't really buy it, and so you want to remove it. If I click Remove Item, all of these that I've marked will be refreshed and gone. So hit Save Changes first before you go and remove items. Otherwise, especially when you do, you know, 30, 40, 50 items, you don't want to lose track of what you've invoiced and things. So don't remove items until you've saved it. So I'll pull up an older report for a sale that I've already done. Let's see, this one on my party page. Most of them, you know, have shipped out. Maybe somebody didn't pay or whatever it may be. So you see the status I had marked to shipped. This person, I had two of these, so two people got them. And so I've noted that both have shipped. And some of these, you know, they passed on this one, so I didn't mark it. But all the items that shipped out, I can go and see quickly where I am, and if I need to go back and ship things or invoice ones that haven't been invoiced. It's really useful to do that. So this sale was a while ago. These pictures are no longer up in that group. So if I click on it, it's going to give me a broken link. But if the pictures are still up, it'll link you right there. And that is how you use sellit.social. Let me know if you have any questions on this one. Thanks, guys.